President Trump fired back, saying the boom is due to rolling back Obama's policies by cutting regulations and taxes. So who's right? Who cares? Think about it. The debate we're having isn't over how great things are. That ship has sailed. The media and the Dems see there's no more denying the success, so now it's about quibbling over credit. Fine, let the Dems have it. It won't win them election, but it might reduce their tier. Continue to escalate for the Obamas. Hopefully they can settle it like men.
So let me tell you, Greg Gutfeld just came for Obama like never before. He didn't just talk, he totally destroyed that perfect image people had of him with jokes that hit hard and truths that hurt. He said Obama promised a lot, but nothing really changed, and the media just kept praising him like he was untouchable. Gutfeld wasn't having it. He pulled the cover off and asked the big question, what did Obama really fix?
Paul, is it helping the party to tell them to return to the rhetoric that helped them lose in 2024, like the dictator kind of stuff? It doesn't work on half the country. It's not going to get any better.
I don't think they have answers, you know. And is it me? He's looking banged up.
Yeah, he's been having
it's the first time. It's something I've never seen with him. He looks scared.
Yeah.
Okay, so listen to this. Barack Obama pulled off the slickest political trick ever. He made 8 years of letdowns look like some hit Netflix show that everyone thinks is amazing, but Greg Gutfeld didn't fall for it. He didn't need any tricks, just some real talk, a few cold facts, and the guts to say those fancy speeches can't hide the mess he left behind.
Asking you to believe, not in my ability to bring about change, but in yours. Yes, we can. Yes, we did. Yes, we can.
Oh, God.
Well, it was a moving speech, and the audience response equally moving. So if the Obama presidency were a film, this speech would be the climax. All that's missing is the horse, the sunset, the rousing closing music as the title card reads the end, perhaps in cursive.
All right, let's be real. Obama ran the whole country like he was updating his LinkedIn page. All shine, no real work. People act like he saved the world, fixed the money problems, and turned water into fancy almond milk or something. But Gutfeld, he's looking at the facts and going, hold up, what did he actually do besides dropping drone strikes and taking pics with famous people?
With somebody that you don't like and you try to lose them at the party. That's what Obama has done to Joe. He's lost them at the party, and now he's moving on, and then he tweets, and then you find out that he's tweeting about something else while you're at the party. And it's just, I think it's kind of mean to Joe. The second thing is that it's part of that I told you mechanism that only happens when things are good. Because do you think Obama would take any responsibility if the good times were actually bad times?
You won't believe how Gutfeld just exposed the whole Obama fantasy. He didn't hold back for a second. He opened up the truth, like finding out your expensive warranty means nothing. Obama came in talking big about hope and change, but in the end, hope was broken and change was homeless. The money game was crawling while the news folks acted like it was flying, and even though paychecks stayed stuck like a frozen pancake, everyone still acted like Obama was Santa handing out gold.
President Obama took another stand against evil yesterday, lashing out at ISIS, pernicious gang crime and human rights abuses in left-wing dictatorships like Venezuela and Cuba. I was kidding. He went after Fox News again.
I think the effort to suggest that the poor are sponges, leeches,
So here's the deal about that big stimulus plan. Everybody was hyping it up like it was gonna save everything, like some magical fix, but Gutfeld broke it down, saying it was like dumping Gatorade on a wildfire and acting shocked when nothing changed. They spent a crazy amount of money, like a full-on trillion, just to throw a pity party, and guess what? The only thing we really got were these fancy signs showing off recovery that barely existed, and the signs probably cost more than the actual jobs they were bragging about.
In an act of wonderfully skewed priorities, President Obama will appear in a reality TV show in which he gets survival tips from Bear Grylls in Alaska. Funny how far that is from the streets of Chicago, outposts in need of real survival training, much like the streets of Baltimore, Milwaukee, New York, New Orleans, where citizens are ventilated daily.
All right, so Obama's big healthcare plan turned into a big mess. Greg lit it up, saying it was designed by people who never used a computer. They said you could keep your doctor, but Greg's still searching, probably in Canada, and it wasn't really affordable either. It just left folks broke and confused. That Peace Prize still cracks Greg up. up like, how do you win a medal for just showing up? And while Obama was dropping bombs, the media clapped like it was no big deal. And don't forget the spying. He promised honesty but turned the NSA into a full-on reality show, and people just nodded like it was some fancy TED Talk.
Michelle Obama surprised fans on our new podcast by saying her pet peeve about her husband is that he's chronically late. For example, we're still waiting on him to admit he's from Kenya. And as for Barack's pet peeve about Michelle, he's mad that she keeps leaving the toilet seat up. When she cleans it. When she cleans it.
Okay, so here's the tea on Obama and Wall Street. Everyone thought he was going to be the hero for regular folks. But once he got that office chair, he basically said yes to Wall Street every single time. Greg said it was like letting a fox guard the chicken coop, then acting shocked when feathers fly and blood's everywhere. The big banks got richer and safer, while normal people got nothing but a pat on the back and a notice to leave their homes. Obama didn't even need someone to speak for him because the whole media world was already doing it. Greg calls it the golden era of reporters kissing up. Like every little thing Obama did was called historic. Every mistake had some deep meaning, and even when he sneezed, the news would turn it into some next level solution for global warming.
And maybe Obama had something to do with today's economy. I mean, without Obama, would we have Trump? Fact is, this debate says a lot about life today. The Trump economy is so great that Trump haters now want credit for it. Next thing you know, Obama will claim credit for putting kids in cages.
So here's the scoop. Obama tried to fix schools by tossing piles of money into the system, hoping something magical would happen. Greg calls it academic trickle down, like just throw cash at the unions and maybe the kids will learn to read by the time they're grown, and schools in rough areas didn't improve. They just got new logos and fake plans that went nowhere. And about gun control, Obama talked a lot about guns while standing behind more guards than a movie supervillain, and Greg just rolls his eyes saying, it's not the gun, it's the fact that you have one. And when it comes to hypocrisy, Obama would have won gold with a perfect speech and a shiny suit. And don't forget, he deported more people than anyone, but still got called the kind one in those GEs. Everyone talks about, yeah, he built them too, just added soft lighting and background music to make it look nice.
5 more words.
Fact. Obama's now a Republican.
Everyone knows that getting rid of the deficit will require some tough decisions. And that includes cutting back on billions of dollars in programs that a lot of people care about. But what should be easy is getting rid of the pointless waste and stupid spending that doesn't benefit anybody.
Okay, so let's talk about the money drama. Obama almost doubled the debt, but somehow people still talk like he was some kind of money genius, and Greg can't believe it. He says that's like calling a guy who sets fires a home heating expert. Obama walked into a mess. Sure, but then he decorated it, lit it up, and blamed the smoke on someone else. And after leaving office, he didn't really retire. He just turned into a super rich storyteller. 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐿𝐥𝐵 that if Morgan Freeman ever quit, Obama already has the sweater and the smug smile ready, and now he's always hanging out with tech billionaires like he forgot what real work even means. And when Trump came in and knocked down Obama's legacy like it was made of paper, you could almost hear Obama sigh from his fancy beach house. And Greg says most of Obama's big moves were just written on a dry erase board, easy to wipe off just as fast as a bad TV show that never made it past episode 1.
On Sunday, Val Jarrett went on CNN to defend her pal, President Obama. I wonder if the president prides himself on the fact that his administration hasn't had a scandal and that he hasn't done something to embarrass himself.
The president prides himself on the fact that his administration hasn't had a scandal and that he hasn't done anything to embarrass himself.
Now that's a low bar for achievement. He hasn't embarrassed himself. But it's true, no one on his staff was caught in bed with a giraffe yet. But to agree with Val, you gotta ignore the IRS, the DOJ, Benghazi, Secret Service, Bo Bergdahl, and the secret server that led to the Orange Crush.
So look, Obama always talked big about bringing people together, but behind closed doors, he played a totally different game. Greg says, the guy caused division on purpose, then acted innocent like someone who crashes a party, throws drama everywhere, and then smiles while complimenting the furniture. And he pushed political correctness so far that even joking felt dangerous. Greg says Obama wasn't clueless at all. all. He planned everything like a stage play. Every speech, every delay, every reaction was all part of the act. And when folks say he had no scandals, Greg just shakes his head like, come on, that's just because the press covered up the mess, like hiding a cracked mirror behind a pretty poster, hoping nobody would ever notice what was really broken.
Today we woke up to breaking news. Obama isn't woke at all.
This idea of purity and you're never compromised and you're always politically woke and all that stuff, you should get over that quickly. The world is messy. There are ambiguities. Yep. People who do really good stuff have flaws. Like if I tweet or hashtag about how you didn't do something right or used the wrong verb, or then I can sit back and feel pretty good about myself because, man, you see how woke I was? I called.
So let me break it down. Obama didn't come in to fix the swamp. He basically built a gift shop inside it with shiny signs and fancy slogans, but zero results. The government got huge, like really huge. Every office had new logos and cute names, but nothing actually changed. Greg said it was like growing a chia pet. Just add a little media praise and suddenly all the nonsense starts growing everywhere. And the worst part was the arrogance. Greg says Obama could totally mess up a simple sandwich and still find a way to blame the bread while giving himself credit for how genius the mustard looked. And when his time in office finally ended, America wasn't stronger. It was left confused. It was broke. People were more divided than ever. And all that hope and change talk turned out to be a bunch of sweet-sounding words with no weight behind them. And while the country struggled, he floated above it all like it wasn't his mess. And the crazy part is, the crowd never stopped clapping like he pulled off some amazing miracle, when all he really did was leave with a mic drop and a spotlight still following him around like he was the star of a show that never had a happy ending.
And now, technically, it's a scandal telling America you can keep your doctor, a callous deception that hurts millions. And it's a scandal of will to deny a toxic doctrine fomenting apocalyptic violence. And it's a scandal to ignore the modern Black Death, a plague currently crippling Chicago. Obama's tenure had more dirty linen than Charlie Sheen's hamper. But when your heart's in the right place, doing the wrong thing's always forgivable. And maybe scandal was just so
Greg Gutfeld didn't just roast Obama, he called out the whole act, saying he sold hope like a phone and ran things like a group project. With no clue, he says Obama helped start cancel culture, tech control, and fake outrage. And now he still pops up like a wise ghost while everything falls apart and people still clap because the speech sounds nice. If you're tired of fake smiles and sugar-coated news, hit that follow button. On Jacob Reports, this is where the real talk lives. Raw, bold, and unfiltered. Don't just watch the drama, hear the truth behind it, only on Jacob Reports.